First and foremost, I want to say Kahalayim La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakudas, Salom, Abu Quaim, Shaw, Yasharada, elect, and your families, and your few women, all right, that believe. So, yeah, this video gonna be towards you women that come in this truth, or that are in this truth, all right? Because for too long, man, you see these women getting way too comfortable in this truth of ours, all right? And when I say this truth of ours, all right, this truth, all right, this is our house. This is the house of the men of Israel, all right? All right, Scripture say 12,000 of each tribe, all right? 12,000 of each tribe, starting with Yahweh Shai, the elect, all right? And these women are special guests, all right? Because, see, we have to remember that they have made a pact with the serpent, all right, in the garden. Remember the Gardenian pact, all right? See, this is not Esau's world anymore, man. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, Esau, the end of the world, Jacob, beginning of it, that follow it. Jacob, all right, the tabernacle of David that was fallen, the Most High is making the breaches thereof, and he's raising up his men. So, with that being said, these women are like special guests, all right, in our kingdom. You know, then look, the VIPs are the men of the Lord, the prophets, the apostles, the evangelists, the teachers. All right, the men first and foremost. All right, this is your house. All right, like James Brown said, this is a man's world. All right, see, for too long, these women been living in Esau's world. And in Esau's world, you can run your mouth, you could give your opinion, you can run, look, in this truth of ours, look, that's not gonna fly. And for too long, you didn't see these women run their mouth, giving their opinions on men. You know, you see them on the comment boards. Oh yeah, I knew that guy wasn't right. I knew that. I'm like, look, that's fucking totally off, man. That's totally fucking off. I knew this brother wasn't right, and I didn't like his spirit. And see, I didn't. Man, that's all bullshit. The scripture said, let the woman keep silence in the churches, man. We shouldn't even know you really there, unless you trying to be a wife. All right, see, a lot of times brothers are too soft on these women, man. They're way too soft because they don't want to, they don't want to lose no box, or they don't, you already know what time it is. But look, we don't have that problem, bro. All right. At the end of the day, hey, the Lord was very strict. All right, when it came to his men, he didn't have no women at his Passover. He didn't have no women amongst his disciples like that. Look, this was a serious thing, you know. A woman has her place. That's in your bed chamber, all right, in the kitchen. That's her place, and her place is not to run her fucking mouth amongst men. That's out of fucking order. In our kingdom, she is not gonna be running her mouth. You ain't gonna even you ain't gonna hear them peeping, all right, unless they're spoken to, all right. Unless they're spoken to, that's when they're gonna speak. Yes, my Lord. Yes, my King. Yes, my sovereign. Yes, my majestic. You know what I'm saying? That's how they're gonna speak to you, man. Like Eddie Murphy. And coming to America, that's how they're gonna speak to you. What kind of food you like? Whatever food you like. What do you want to do today? Whatever you want to do. King, sir, master. All right, that's how they're gonna speak to you. For too fucking long, we didn't normalize this shit where these women just run their mouths, they talk to you how they want to talk to you. All right, because Esau allows this shit, man. All right, Esau allows this shit. We're not in Esau's world no more. Esau's world is crumbling. All right, and when you come into this truth, you coming into the house of Jacob, into the house of the Israelite man, and there will be order in the court. You know, as they say. Here it is, 1 Corinthians 14. Start with this, man. Hey, look, you go on these pages, you go on these comment boards, you see somebody getting rebuked, then you see a bunch of women running their mouth, talking about, yeah, you ain't right, and this and that. Who is this woman right here, man? Who invited her? Look, this ain't motherfucking Wendy Williams red table talk with Jada Pinkett, man. This is the truth for Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. And this is grown man business. They were metal in their nose and running their mouth and, and talking about this brother. And I like this brother, he's cute. And da-da-da, and I like him, and I like how he talks and all this other weird ass shit. Look, this is why every woman's supposed to have her husband, and she's supposed to shut the fuck up. All right, she's supposed to have her husband so she doesn't cause confusion. All right, so she didn't bring about who is this woman? What is this going on? Who is this wife? And who you know what I mean, bro? Like, the scriptures speak about you having your own husband, man. Get a husband, man. That's a key to this truth. If you're really in this thing, if you really love the Lord and all this, right? You've been in this thing 15, 20 years, 10 plus years, or 5 plus. I mean, come on, man. You telling me you can't find a husband in this thing? A man, and then settle with him and serve him? That's how you serve the Lord. You serve him by serving your man. And if you don't have a man, hey, well, you pray, you fast until you get a man. You work on yourself until you get a man. A woman by herself serves no purpose, except unless she's trying to help the brotherhood. But she serves no purpose, man. By herself, what the fuck is she gonna do? Rub a fire with herself? She has no understanding. Job 39 and 17. The Most High didn't impart to her understanding. She's the weaker vessel. She needs a man. Isaiah 4:1. That's why Isaiah 4:1 go kick in, man. Because she needs a man. They don't know what the fuck is going on. They don't even know how to manage their own thoughts. She needs a man. Direct, my bad. 1 Corinthians 14. It says the 32nd verse. Now the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets. You come back in your lot. All right. You was a woman in the ancient world that believed, you're gonna come back as a woman that believes. And you're gonna do accordingly. You're gonna do as you was doing in the ancient world. If you was a demon and a whore and a slut and and a liar and you know what I'm saying, bro, a wicked woman, hey, then you're gonna come back doing that. You're gonna come back being Cardi B. It says 1 Corinthians 14 and 33. For the Most High is not the author of confusion, but peace, but of peace in all the churches of the saints. Like Ryan Davis said, women don't know peace. They need a man to show them peace. Like Ryan Davis said, man, these women are delusional. They don't know nothing about peace. The Most High is not the author of confusion. That's why he didn't set up no woman to speak. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracle of the Most High. 1 Peter 4 and 11, man. In the house of Israel and cause more fucking damage and cause more confusion. They're gonna be in order. They're gonna be in the bed chamber and the kitchen. Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also said the law. As also said the law. They don't respect the Most High and His word. Oh, I believe in the Most High. I believe in the Lord. I believe in it. Bitch on TikTok, running her mouth about the scriptures, calling the Hebrew Israelites an embarrassment. You're a fucking embarrassment, man. All right. These women aren't even fucking women. They're not even serving you men, man. They ain't even putting out. Here it is. They ain't even serving you. A woman, her job is to put out, man. Her job is to give you sex, just like that. Her job is to give you sex. Her job is to cook and be a pillar of rest, help you out. All right, not sit there and yeah, brother. The scriptures speak about dead works, man. All right. If your wife ain't putting out, she ain't providing for you, man. Your women ain't doing nothing for you. They're just playing stringing you along. Yeah, when you get the power, I'll give you some box. When you finally take down Esau, I'll help you. That's the attitude of these women, man. Oh yeah, I'm a court. Oh yeah, you got to court me. Did the niggas in the world court you? You got to court me. I'm a fine, delicate damsel. Did them niggas in the world court you? Them pookie niggas that you gave that shit up to for free. You know what I'm saying? For that, whatever you was, you know what I'm saying, bro? Now you got to come up there and meet her fucking standards. No, they're gonna come and meet your standards, man. This is a man's world. The Lord created the world for the Israelite man's sake. The woman is of the man. The man is not of the woman. All right? Like James Brown said, it's a man's world, man. All right? And it's going to go back to being a man's world. With Esau weak ass, all right, it's been a woman's world. They've been in Esau's world too fucking long. Then they come in this thing and they think they can run their mouth about men, all right? Even if the dude was wicked, that's not your fucking place to speak on that man. Oh, let's say somebody got rebuked or something, and they see somebody getting rebuked, and then they go running their mouth. Yeah, bro, elder, I didn't never like this guy. I never. Who told you that? And then them men that are letting you say that shit's off too. They should rebuke your fucking ass right then and there. How dare you speak about this man like that? That man's over you. Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? How dare you speak about that man like that? You know? As if you do, see, you know, oh, you know. This fucking crazy, man. As if you know. Then I've seen it many times. Then it ends up happening that the brother, it wasn't even that, he came back, he repented, he did his thing. But here this woman go running her mouth about the situation, on the comment boards and shit. Talking about this guy's wicked and that guy's wicked. Bitch, you wicked. All wickedness is little, but to the wickedness of a woman, man. All right? That's what the scriptures say, man. This is our book. This is our book, man. It's not your book. Micah 7:10, man. She that is my enemy, shame shall cover her. Who said, where's the Lord your God? It's the Lord your God. Not the God of Sarah, not the God of Rebecca. It's the God of Jacob. And these women need to be reminded of that, man. They come around here and they think this is some fucking hangout, or this is some, you know what I'm saying? This is their blog, this is their TikTok goddamn, you know what I'm saying, bro? You had plenty of time with the serpent. When you turned your back on us, remember that you had plenty of time with the serpent to usurp the authority of the man. Jeremiah 31:22, the Lord created a new thing on the earth, man. Remember that. You had plenty of time. Now your time is up. That freedom and all that bullshit that the serpent gave you in the garden. He said, yeah. What the serpent came to her in the garden was, you don't got to listen to these niggas no more. You don't got to respect them. You don't got to be in order up under them. You don't have to give them what they want when they want it. You can do what you want to do, baby girl. And now, hey, you come back to this truth, and that changes, man. But the serpent deceived you, man. The serpent deceived you, so you can open up them legs, get diseases, then cry, and have to come back to your man. Cry, and then, the serpent deceived you into a whoredom, into a life of masculine, duties, where you got to become the man. I was watching this dyke chick. I guess she popped up on TikTok. She said, we have lost the plot. I couldn't even find the video. I was going to play it, but she was like, we have lost the plot, man. We have became the man. Yeah, you became the man because, hey, you wanted to deal with the serpent. And now you coming back to the house of Jacob. You coming back to Jacob's house. You coming back to Israel's house, man. And this is our house. This is not your house, man. This is not your house. All right, you a special guest in our house, man. A special guest in here, man. Running their mouths, giving opinions on this and that, and what they think this should be, and this and that. You already fucked the world up enough. You already fucked the world up as it is. And here they go. You see it constantly on the convo, running their mouth. I think this. I feel this. I feel as though, blah, 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 and all this other shit. Look, man, the Most High is not dealing with them like that, man. Okay, you have a few women that believe, all right, they have a gift of faith, but come on, man. The shit that you see with your people and with these women is completely out of fucking order, man. Completely out of fucking order. That shit wouldn't fly. That shit wouldn't fly in the ancient world, man. That shit wouldn't fly in the ancient world. Now in today's world, with this weak ass culture you got, of this simp culture, you got these women usurping your fucking authority, but that ain't gonna happen no more, man. All right, that ain't gonna happen no more. That ain't gonna happen no more. 1 Corinthians 14:34. Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak. Right, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. If they believe so much, get a husband, man. Get a husband. If they believe so much, if they're such great loving sisters, right? Where are their husbands, man? Why aren't they cleaving to you men in the truth? When you get that power, when you get that spiritual power, then they're gonna jump on you like a spider monkey, like Talladega Nights. They're gonna jump on you like that, man. Oh, those are men of the Lord. Those are, and you over there throwing cars across state lines like the hook. Then they're gonna be willing to submit, to submit to you, man. Right now, they just look at you like bums, They look at uh um they look at you like bums. Well, we'll see when they get their upgrade. Then we'll go to them. Hey, Psalms 110:3. It says, "Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, and the beauties of holiness from the womb of the morning thou hast to do with thy youth." All right, thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, man. All right, starting with Eve, man. The first one gonna be that's gonna be willing in the day of thy power, but she shall mind her mouth when she should watch her step, just like we should, when we're in the truth as men too. But especially for them, because they have no business speaking like that unless they some serious something serious they got to but then they could reach out to you and do it behind the scenes as they should. They should start cleaving. These women should start cleaving to you men, not using you like a Google search, and then discard you when they're done, when they're done with their little problem or whatever it was that happened to them, because of their own folly. Most of the shit that happens is because of their own folly, man. They come to you with a sob story and shit, but are they gonna tell you the whole truth of what happened? I was holding around, I was doing this, I was doing that. I didn't want to submit to a man, And most of the time it's because you don't have a man in your life. Most of the time, the shit that happens to these women, they end up in jail. They end up with some STD. They end up with some fucking unwanted pregnancy. Why? Because they fucking around dealing with niggas. They don't want to. They don't. They, you know what I'm saying, bro? It's not difficult, man. It's not very difficult. They fucking around. They doing bullshit. They partying. They enjoying themselves. And then when they get fucking older, now they want to cry a river like Justin Timberlake. And then you got to go save them like Captain Save-A-Ho, Which I'm not saying, hey brothers, you're not gonna have certain mercy for certain women, but hey, we have discernment, man. All right, the scriptures speak about discernment, So yeah, man, it's not permitted unto them to speak. It says 1 Corinthians 14:34, man. But to be in silence has also saved the scriptures, man. If she learned anything, let her ask her husband at home, man. If she learned anything, let her ask her husband at home. I think many of you have forgotten these things, man. Let her ask her husband at home. Let her deal with her husband at home. We're not really there to talk to them like that, unless she's trying to be your wife like that. Unless she's not really trying to be your wife, she's just trying to use you. Oh, I like this guy. He cool, whatever. I'll be his brother. Look, man. Look. Another thing too, bro. Look, a man and woman ain't really meant to be friends, buddy. Look, at the end of the day, them urges gonna start. You gonna start looking at each other sexually. So this is why it says that you should be married, man. And you ask your husband at home, because all that friendship shit, all that brother sister type shit, it ends up in you end up smashing. All right, that's just what happens, man. Oh yeah, y'all just got together and y'all just read the scriptures. That come on, man. That's a fairy tale. All right, y'all got together and y'all went on, you know what I'm saying, and y'all started reading the scriptures. Come on, man. A man and a woman was meant to deal with each other. All right, that's just natural. But it's to be done in decency and in order. So it says, the 35th verse, and if they learn anything, 1 Corinthians 14:35, if they learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home, for it is a shame for a woman to speak in the church. All right. For it is a shame for them to speak in the church. So that's not their place, man. This is our house. This is our house, man. All right. No. We don't hate these women. We love a woman, man, but a woman, not a fire breathing dragon out of pocket. A woman is a servant to you, man. And they're coming out of that boss bitch mentality that has destroyed them. So to shed all that shit off and to humble themselves under a man, that's a tall order to ask, man. But hey, if they claim they believe in the Lord, if they fear the Lord, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna be up under a man. Shalom to the brother Zayathan. Shalom Malak. Hey, y'all, Bashim Shabrakatah. Here you go. Here you go, man. This is the end of Esau's world, man. And when you come into this faith, all right, you're gonna come up under the man. You're gonna come up under the man. And sincerity and truth. You're gonna come up under the Israelite man. All right, this is our house, bro. This is our house. The kingdom of heaven is our kingdom, and you're gonna be special guests in our kingdom. All right, you're gonna be special guests in our kingdom, and you're gonna have jobs to do. You're gonna have your number one job is to please that man, and that's on this side too. And if you ain't doing that, you serving your own belly. Scriptures speak. The scriptures speak about serving your own belly, man. This ain't your house, man. This ain't the house of Rebecca. This ain't the house of Sarah, man. This is the house of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, this ain't Esau's world. Esau's world is a matriarchy, disguised and controlled by the elites on behind the scenes, but it's a matriarchy in the society. It's a you got these metropolis mother cities, they got all this weak ass shit out here, that's catering to the woman, not to the man. The man is a pocket to be used in the society, a servant. The scriptures say, First Ezra 4:28, man. All right, many have run out their wits for women and become a servant for their sakes. This society is a fucking servant, a woman worship fucking society, man. So like I said, that experiment with that serpent, you had the chance. See, the Most High is fair. Everybody got their chance to rule. The white man, the Chinese, the Persians, the Medes, the Elamites, the Ammonites, the Moabites, the Edomites, everybody, the Philistines, the Hamites, everybody got their chance to rule, man. Everybody got their chance to rule. Everybody got their chance to rule. And even Eve got a little bit of liberty. She didn't rule on the earth, but technically she's kind of ruling. She's kind of running shit. In terms of like, in these households, these women are the ones running shit in the household. That's why shit is all fucked up. They holding positions. They definitely shape and influence in society, man. That's why the society's all fucked up and horrible. That's why the marriages are all at an all-time high. Cause these women ain't meant to run no fucking marriage. They can't run their fucking selves, man. They think they can run themselves, but the only thing they do is whore themselves out, and they end up with STDs and depression. A woman is to be ruled over by a man. All right. Whoever don't like that, they don't like the Most High God. Whoever don't like that, they don't like the Most High God, and they don't really believe in the scriptures. They don't really believe in righteous order. They don't really believe in truth. They don't believe in the scriptures and the laws of the Lord that you claim to believe in. This being a pastor, a teacher, the Most High gave me a revelation. Most High didn't give you shit except a delusion. All right. Numbers 12 and verse 1, and Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married, for he had married an Ethiopian woman. And they said, hath the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses? Have he not spoken also by us? And the Lord heard it. Now the man Moses was very meek above all the men which were upon the face of the earth. And the Lord spake suddenly unto Moses and unto Aaron and unto Miriam, and said, come ye out, these three, unto the tabernacle of the congregation. And they three came out, and the Lord came down in the pillar of the cloud and stood in the door of the tabernacle and called Aaron and Miriam. And they both came forth. And he said, hear now my words. If there be a prophet amongst you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him a vision, and I will speak unto him in a dream. My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all my house. With him I will speak mouth to mouth, even apparently not in dark speeches. And the similitude of the Lord shall he behold. Are ye not afraid to speak against my servant Moses? And the anger of the Lord was kindled against them, and he departed, and the cloud departed from the tabernacle. Now, Miriam was turned into leprous for talking against Moses. Now, Aaron, nothing happened to Aaron. All right. Aaron gave his opinion. All right. Just like Miriam gave her opinion. Right. But who got turned into a pillar of salt, running her mouth? A pillar of salt. My bad. That's I'm thinking about Lot's wife. Who got turned into a leper, looking like a leper? Because Miriam was dark skinned. She got turned to a leper. She got leprosy on her. All right. It says, and the cloud departed from the tabernacle, the 10th verse. And behold, Miriam became leprous, white as snow. And Aaron looked upon Miriam. Behold, she was leprous. Why wasn't Aaron leprous? Aaron wasn't leprous because Aaron's a man. Aaron is a priest of the Lord. You know, they gave their opinion. You know, they spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman he married. You know, they were like, why you married this Ethiopian chick? You know, and here it goes. Here it goes. She got the judgment, and who had to pray for her? The man. And Aaron said unto Moses, alas, my Lord, I beseech thee, lay not this sin upon us, wherein we have done foolishly, wherein we have sinned. Aaron said to Moses, alas, my Lord, calling Moses his Lord. Hey, Moses, my Lord, lay not this sin upon us. Speak to the Lord and hey, make intercession for her. You know, she didn't mean it. You know, have mercy. You know, let her not be as one of the dead whom the flesh is half consumed when he cometh out his mother's womb. And Moses cried unto the Lord, saying, heal her now, O power, I beseech thee. All right. And the Lord said unto Moses, if her father had but spit in her face, she should have not been ashamed 7 days. If her father didn't chastise her, it says if her father had but spit in her face, she wouldn't known better than to run her fucking mouth in front of men. She wouldn't dare have did such things, man. You see? If her father had but spit in her face, she should not be ashamed 7 days. Let her be shut out from the camp 7 days and let her be received again. Kick her ass out for 7 days. All right? They run her fucking mouth against a man of the Most High. And Miriam was shut out from the camp 7 days. And the people journeyed not till Miriam was brought in again. Afterward, the people were moved from Hazeroth and pitched in the wilderness of Paran. Yeah. So if her father would have spit in her face, should she not have been ashamed 7 days? She could have avoided this, man. You know, she could have avoided this. But now kick her ass out for 7 days, run her mouth, let her learn a lesson. You know, let her learn a lesson. Because if you let one woman run her mouth, then the rest of their ass is gonna turn into a bunch of bitches and crows and shit. You gotta make an example out of her ass. I don't care if it was your sister, Aaron. All right, she need to watch her mouth. You know, she need to watch her mouth. So so it says matter of fact, I think it was Gideon. He made an oath to the Lord, and he had to sacrifice his daughter, and she went with it, man, because she obeyed her father. All right. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find that real quick. He sacrificed. Jephthah. He had Jephthah. It was Jephthah, man. The tragic vow, Jephthah daughter sacrifice. Yep. So it's I know brother Baya. We had brother Judges 11. I remember that he brought it out one time. It's a couple months back. Judges 11. Judges 11. Okay, and because he had made an oath saying whoever comes through this door, I'm gonna have to sacrifice to the Lord, and the pledge had to be fulfilled. The pledge had to be fulfilled, and you know, her being an obedient daughter fulfilled the pledge, gave her life up for her father, for her father's sake. Because your daughter is your property, your woman is your property, and she does as you say. But in this world, she thinks she got her own fucking mind and her own shit. Okay, cool. All right, you got your own mind, your own shit. All right, when Esau and them come down with great wrath, knowing he had but short time, when them niggas when you can't eat, when you all fucked up out there, all right, well, you know, then you gonna have a mind of your own. Judges 11:1. Now Jephthah the Gileadite was a mighty man of valor, and he was the son of a harlot, and Gilead begat Jephthah, and Gilead's wife bare him sons, and his wives' sons grew up, and they thrust out Jephthah and said, "Thou shalt not inherit in our father's house, for thou art the son of a strange woman." Now, let me jump to the point. Let me see, where's the point at? Just to show you how 30th verse, just to show you how obedient they used to be, man. All right, Judges 11 and 29. Then the Spirit of the Lord came upon Jephthah, and he passed over Gilead, Manasseh, and passed over Mizpah of Gilead. And from Mizpah of Gilead, he passed over unto the children of Ammon. And Jephthah vowed unto the Lord, and said, If thou shalt fail to deliver the children of Ammon into my hand, if thou shalt without fail deliver the children of Ammon into my hand, then it shall be that whosoever cometh forth of the doors of my house to meet me, when I return in peace from the children of Ammon, when I return in peace from the children of Ammon, shall surely be the Lord's. I'll offer a burnt offering. So Jephthah passed over unto the children of Ammon to fight against them, and the Lord delivered them into his hand. And he smote them in Aroth, even till thou come to Meniph, even 20 cities onto the plains of thy vineyards, with a very great slaughter. Thus the children of Ammon were subdued before the children of Israel. Now, for that victory, he had to give something up, right? And Jephthah came to Mizpah unto his house, and behold, his daughter came out to meet him with trembles and with dances, and she was with only child beside her. He had neither son nor any daughter, his only daughter. And it came to pass when he saw her that he rent his clothes and said, Alas, my daughter, thou hast brought me very low. Thou art one of them that brought trouble unto me, for I have opened my mouth unto the Lord, and I cannot go back. And she said, Go. And she said unto my father, If thou hast opened thy mouth unto the Lord, do to me according to that which proceeded out of thy mouth. I'm here to serve you, Father. In other words, look, do as you got to do. They understood their place back then, man. You vowed a vow to the Lord, saying, your whoever passed through the door, hey, I'm gonna give him up to you as a sacrifice. And it was his daughter. All right. Do as it do, my father, if thou hast opened thy mouth unto the Most High, how about Shemi Ashai, do to me according to that which hath proceeded out of thy mouth. For as much as the Lord have taken vengeance for thee of thine enemies, even of the children of Ammon. And she said unto her father, Only let this thing be done to me. Let me alone for 2 months, that I may go up and down upon the mountains and bewail my virginity and my fellows. And he said, Go, and he sent her away for 2 months, and she went with her companions and bewailed her virginity upon the mountains. And it came to pass at the end of 2 months that she returned unto her father, her owner, her lord. Your father is your lord, and then your husband. But you under the curse. All right. So hey, many of you don't even know your father. You don't even know and then you can't even respect your husband if you ever have a husband of caliber. You know, you've been with too many niggas. Because of the curse. Because of the curse. That's why we're gonna get them young in the kingdom. You know, because hey, we're gonna be in perfection. But you have to go through these situations to see why a marriage is important. Why a woman being up under you is important. Why she needs to be with you till she dies. We ain't never gonna die in the kingdom, but you have to understand why. You know. So you don't end up with an STD. So you don't end up with 14 kids that you don't know whose daddy they are. So you don't be an embarrassment out there in the city. You know. So the other nations ain't looking at you like, damn, look at your women, man. All bunch of single mothers. You know. And it came to pass at the end of 2 months that she returned unto her father, who did it with her according to his vow, which he had vowed. And she knew no man, and it was a custom in Israel. That the daughters of Israel went yearly to lament the daughter of Jephthah the Gileadite 4 days in a year. Right. So just to show you how obedient these women were in the ancient world. Her father, look, man, hey, you got to sacrifice me. Hey, just give me 2 months more and get ready for this, and I'll sacrifice myself without any problem. All right. And that's what she did, as a duty to her father, as an honorable duty to her father, man. Now these bitches can't even get put out and give you some sex on a regular basis consistently. You know, that's a problem. I gotta serve my man. I gotta cook for him. I gotta submit. I gotta talk nicely to him. You know, what the fuck this nigga do? You know, he can't even pay my bills. You know, he can't do this. He can't do that. Well, in the kingdom of heaven, they're gonna be living off of you for eternity. They can't help you for a little while. Hey, here it is. You got brothers. You know, they might be a little. You know, they might be hurting or whatever. You know, you looking at the man like he ain't worth shit. You know, hey, well, and hey, well, all hell breaks loose. You ain't gonna have shit. He gonna take you with nothing, just pussy. All you gonna have to offer is box and cooking and shit like that. You know, you gonna be another mouth to feed. You know, when all hell breaks loose, but hey, he gonna take you though. He gonna be a merciful man, and he gonna take you. A lot of them, you know. But when you had to maintain your husband, the scriptures say that she start to hate you. Look at this nigga. She start to look at you not sexy. She don't look at you sexy no more, man. She's not attracted to you no more. A woman is attracted to power, and we're gonna receive that power, you know. But at the end of the day, you know, it just go to show you this is why this is our house, man. This is the Lord's dealing with us. The sons of men. Proverbs 8:4. My voice is to the sons of men. You come here and you're a special guest, man. You know, you're a special guest because honestly, we don't really need these women. At the end of the day, we can get any woman and put our seed in it. You know, but hey, you know, the Lord's gonna give us back. You know, our women. You know, because these are our wives. You know, the scriptures say to not make a covenant with the heathen. You know, but men they go and deal with the other nations because bitch, you run your mouth too much, and you talk too much shit, and nobody wants to put up with your fucking attitude and your baggage. You know, but but yeah, man, we will reconcile with the black woman and the Latino woman. You know, we will reconcile with them. The love-hate relationship we have with them will be done with away with, you know. But as it pertains to you women that claim to believe and, you know, because where are your works? You ain't out there defending the gospel. You ain't out there in the face of these Edomites. You ain't doing shit. What are you doing? Your job is to make sure that man's taken care of. That's your job. The royal penis is clean, your highness. Just like that. All right. I mean, hey, that's how you're gonna be talking in the kingdom, you know. So that's a problem now. You know, that's a problem now. You being a tyrant, you know. But see, this is Esau's world and Eve's world, man. And when they come into this truth, they're stepping into Jacob's world, man. And they should remember that, you know. Running their mouths and shit, talking about grown men. You know what I'm saying? That been putting in this work. You know, whether or not they slipped up or you know they got rebuked or something. Here you go. Here you go. The first opportunity. Yeah, brother, I knew that brother spirit wasn't right. I knew that. I knew it, man. That should be irking the fuck out of me. I be seeing them on the comment boards and shit. You be seeing these little silly women, man. I'm like, what the fuck are these bitches talking about, man? Keep your fucking mouth shut, man. You know, and get a husband. I know you ain't got no husband. He ain't putting no order and discipline in your ass. I know you ain't got no husband, no man of caliber. I know you ain't got no man of caliber talking, running your mouth like that. And a woman with no husband is a fucking shame to her, man. You know that's a shame. You know, these women in the fucking world know that's a shame. That's why you got Ray talking about where's my husband? You know, where's my husband? Da, 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 da. Yeah, come on, man. That's a hit song right now, man. Where the hell is my husband? Da, da, da. Hey, that's a spiritual song, bro. I would have played it, but they would hit you with a copyright strike. You know, Ray can sing her fucking ass off, man. That's a jig right there, man. But anyway, yeah, this is our house, bro. This is the house of the Israelite man. All right, this is the house of the Israelite man, Jacob. This is Jacob house. All right, this ain't your house, man. And you chill in the back, you know, and you make sure that man taken care of. All right, number one, sexually, man, spiritually, physically, you know, make sure he eat, make sure he good, you know. The world fucking hitting him on all sides. You help that man out if you quote unquote believe. All right, scripture say a pillar of rest, man. All right, so that means you putting out, man. All right, just like that in layman's terms. All right, the scripture says she should be saved in childbearing. What that mean? Having sex with the man. That's a vital component to a man's life. A man need that, man. But here it is. You got all these single brothers out there. You got all these brothers single, man. You got all these brothers out there walking around sex deprived. You know what I'm saying? They got to pay for hookers and shit. You know, they got to, you know what I'm saying, bro? And you got these women sitting on the couch just watching this shit for years and years and years. They be in the same city. They don't want to cleave to the man, you know, until all hell breaks loose, and then they're gonna go running to you and shit, talking about help us, you know. Right now they feel like they don't need you desperately, you know. That's all good though. It's all good though. You gonna come crying too fucking late. All right. The chickens have come home to roost, man. So first Timothy chapter 2 and verse 10, it says, it's 11, my bad. It said, let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. With all subjection, you know. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp the authority over the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman was deceived, being in the transgression. All right. She did enough damage. In other words, man. In other words, the woman did enough damage. She already fucked shit up. All right. Now she's gonna have to come back and help you fix it. Help you fix it. You know. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith, charity, and holiness with sobriety, man. All right. She shall be saved in childbearing. What that means? That means sex, man. That's her purpose. Her job is to give you sex. Her job is to help you spiritually, mentally. All right. Her job is to make sure you fed and take care of, so you could go and do the work of the Lord, so you could tackle the world, man. You know. But hey, the curse says that, hey, you know, she ain't gonna do that, man. The curse says that she's gonna be against you. The tender and delicate woman which is amongst you, the Lord gonna turn her heart what? Cold, man. You know. Her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom. You know, she's gonna start talking shit, you know. She's gonna start being a demon, as we've seen, hey, throughout this lifetime, you know, these lives that we lived here in captivity, man. All right. When these women come to the house of Israel, they come into your house, man. And they're special guests here, man. They're not gonna like, you know, they're not gonna like it. Oh, fucking well. We don't like being in your fucking world with Esau, weak ass. All right. We don't like being this bitch, having to fucking have some woman over you, you know, talking shit. You know, we don't like this fucking shit. This is hell. All right. This is hell for the Israelite man. You know, they don't like being in Jacob world. Oh, fucking well. All right. You was created for our sakes. Remember that. All right. The one was created for your sake. All right. Not the other way around. That's why she's all beautiful and seductive and sexy. And she got all these physical attributes, a soft booty, you know, tender breasts, you know, somewhere you can stick your rod in. Why? That's all for your pleasure. All right. You know what I'm saying? She was made for your pleasure. And likewise, you were made to watch over her, you know, and be her Lord, you know. Your desire, Genesis 3:16, your desire unto the woman, the Lord have said, it says what? In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children because of your rebellion. All right, you're gonna have birth pains. That's the judgment. It says, your desire shall be towards your husband, he shall rule over thee, man. He shall rule over you. All right, for your own good, man. You know. So it says, let the woman, 2 Timothy 2:11, learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp the authority of the man, but to be in silence. For Adam was first formed, then Eve. Adam was not deceived, but the woman was deceived, being in a transgression. Notwithstanding, she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith, charity, and holiness with sobriety, man. All right. If they continue, she shall be saved in childbearing. That means she's gonna give you sex. All right. How a child get brought forth? Through the act of sex. All right. That's what they was created for. They was created to please you, man. All right. And right now, that's not happening. Right now, that's not happening. You got a whole bunch of single brothers, whole bunch of brothers that, you know, out there struggling, going through droughts and shit. What the fuck is that? And you got more women on the earth than men. These bitches ain't doing what they're supposed to do. They ain't doing their fucking jobs. You know, they supposed to come and take care of you brothers. And that's what they're gonna do when all hell breaks loose. Isaiah 4:1, player. All right. They're gonna come and take care of you. Let us be called by thy name. You know, take away our reproach. You know, how you doing, King? Shalom. You know, you know what I'm saying? That's type of energy, man. They're gonna talk real soft to you, brothers, man. real delicately, real beautifully, man. But right now, hey, fuck you, nigga. You know, all this other shit, you know, they give you the cold shoulder, they see you, but then, hey, you don't got the money, though. At the end of the day, hey, you don't got that money. At the end of the day, showing you that, you know, they can be bought and sold by anybody. You know, their loyalty lies with themselves, you know, but it's all good because that curse gonna be taken off of them, and they're gonna return to you, brothers, man. But again, let the woman learn the silence for all subjection, right? For it's not permitted unto them to speak in the churches, man. Let your women keep silence. 1 Corinthians 14:33. In the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law. And if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home, for it is shame for women to speak in the church. All right. If they learn anything, let them have a husband and ask them at home, man. Oh, they can watch the videos and take notes and learn and stuff like that. And if they're spiritually inclined, they could reach out to one of you brothers and start the process of cleaving to you brothers, man. And if that man accepts you, good for you. You know, good for you. That means the Lord and blessed you with a man of understanding, man. If you have a daughter, Sirach 7, scripture say, give her to a man of understanding, man. Yeah. That's right. That's right. Yeah. That's right. That's right, man. You know, that's the punishment. That's the punishment of you know, the Lord gave us, man. They've been touched, you know. But hey, the Lord gonna give us purification. You know, He's gonna give us new bodies and everything gonna be straight. But you know, but anyway, Sirach 36:22. The beauty of a woman cheereth the countenance, and a man love nothing better. If there be meekness, Sirach 36:23. If there be meekness and comfort in her tongue, there is none. Not then is not her husband like other men. He that getteth a wife begetteth the possession, and a help like unto himself a pillar of rest. Where there is no heads, the possession is spoiled, and he that have no wife will wander up and down mourning. All right. So these brothers are walking up and down mourning because these women ain't messing with you like that. All right. They only messing with you if you got a good job or if you look like something, you know. But see, that's not what the Lord said. He didn't say be a gold digging bitch. Hey, but it's all good though, man. Psalms 110:3. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, man. When the Lord raises us up, man, then they're gonna be willing and they're gonna go in their place. They're gonna go in their place as women, you know, and you're gonna have your place as kings and gods on the earth. All right. There's no such thing as no queen in Israel. All right. They're gonna be princesses and they're gonna take care of you, brothers, man. They're gonna be a plus one, you know, to you, man. You know, it's all about the Israelite man at the end of the day. So when you come to this truth, you coming to serve the Israelite man. You coming to serve Yahweh by Shemi Shai through your man, through your husband. All right, your desire shall be toward thy husband, he shall rule over you. That's why there's not that many women in the truth, because they don't like that, man. They don't like that shit. They don't like having to gum up under you. They fucking don't like your ass like that because of the curse that the Most High put on them as a judgment to us. But it's all good because the punishment of daughter Zion's accomplished. We already have to eat all this shit now. Hey, we're gonna receive the blessings. All right. The blessings. The workman is worthy of his meat. Matthew 10:10, man. Provide neither script nor purse. The workman is worthy of his meat. The workman, you put in his work, hey, you're gonna sow what you're gonna reap. All right. You're gonna sow all them delicacies. The glory of a man is a woman, man. All right, come on, bro. All right. The Most High stained our glory. And now he's gonna give it back to us, man. In order. You know, and they're gonna come back to your house. All right. They're gonna come into your world, you know. When you come into the truth, you're coming into our world. All right. This is a man's world. This is not your world, man. Esau, you want Esau's world? You go to you stay in the fucking world. You know, you want to be a bitch and a slut and a whore and a loud mouth, you know, and a disobedient woman. You stay your ass in the world, and then you get burned with the Edomite. You get burned with your daddy, the devil, that you betrayed us with in the garden. All right. Sirach 7 and 25. Marry thy daughter, so that she have performed the weighty matter. The most important thing in a woman's life is who she's gonna marry. That's her number one thing. You know, marry thy daughter, so that she have performed the weighty matter, but give her to a man of understanding. So these women gonna be given to a man of understanding, man. These women gonna be given to a man of understanding. All right, because they don't have no understanding, man. All right, those that are fortunate enough to be selected by the Most High to be with you, brothers that are of the hopeful elect, that are of the elect. All right, those that are blessed enough to have a man of the Most High that they could call their husband. Man, you understand? So it says, Sirach 7:25 has married thy daughter, so that shall have performed a weighty matter, but give her to a man of understanding. So the Most High gonna give these women to men of understanding, man. All right. You know, so when you women coming to this thing, you coming into our house, bro. You're not in Esau's house no more. You're not in you're not in Esau's house no more. You're not you're not in the world no more, man. You're in the house of Jacob, man. And you gonna act accordingly. Or the Most High gonna deal with your ass, all right? As we've seen many times, all right. You pass up on good men, all right, because you think the grass is greener on the other side, man. But the grass is not greener on the other side. So, anyways, with that, call Halayim La Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakako Da Shalom, Labakoyim Shah Yasharala. To you elect, you sincere women, all right, that obedient to your husbands, man. All right, Shalom.